Okay, we're going to make my sweet and sour chicken with coriander rice. Really, really simple, and the great thing is that everything gets cooked in the time it takes to cook the rice. So hopefully you've got your rice in your pan and it's just been rinsed nicely and your kettle's just boiled. So all you need to do is pour the boiling water onto the rice. There we go, and we can turn this on full just to get it boiling. And you see I've just half filled a large pan. Don't worry about measurements, because the rice, sometimes you can get too bogged down with that and all the water's got to be absorbed. The way I do it is cook it like pasta. Once your rice is ready and you can test it and it's got a nice bite to it, it's ready, and you just drain it through a sieve. Ends up perfect. So we're going to get on and make our sauce now. So we can turn the heat on. I'm using the smallest burner on full heat. I'm going to put just a little drop of oil in the pan, just a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, something like that, because we want this still to be nice and healthy. And then we're going to add in our garlic and ginger. And we just added this in first, just to cook out the raw taste. We'll just give that a little stir. And as the saucepan's heating up, it'll just cook out the raw taste, so we can measure out the tomato ketchup and the pineapple juice. So you bet you never knew what went into sweet and sour sauce. So we just need to put in 150 millilitres of ketchup, 150 millilitres of pineapple juice. So, excuse the noises. There we go, about right. And just give the garlic and ginger a stir. And if it's sizzling like mine, just turn the heat down now, because you don't want anything to burn. Do you hear that sizzle? And I just need to add in 150 millilitres of pineapple juice to the measuring jug with the tomato ketchup. There we go. And I'm just going to give this a little stir in the measuring jug, just to mix it together. It means that it'll come out of the jug easier. Put that down. And then straight into our pan. And we can turn the heat back up now, still on the same small burner. If there's any ketchup left at the bottom of the bowl, just give it a little scrape. It's fine. And you can get rid of your measuring jug now. And rice should be boiling away happily now. You don't need to do anything with that. And so all we're doing now is we're going to heat through the sweet and sour sauce, and we're going to add in the other ingredients. So first off, if you're like me and you've just got the 1 tablespoon measure, it's probably worth doing the honey first, because you can dip that in and then use it to rinse it off. You'll see. So 2 tablespoons of honey, straight in. Okay, and now using the same measure, this is what I was trying to explain badly. We can add in 1 tablespoon of your soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. 1 tablespoon soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. And we can just give the tablespoon measure a little rinse in the sauce, and that should get rid of any honey left on it. Here we go. So give your sauce a stir. And then all we're going to do is just leave this, and that'll bubble away. So what we need to do next is the chicken. So if your rice is bubbling, we can transfer. We're going to put the wok on the big burner on the high heat to get that nice and hot. And I'm just going to leave the rice boiling on a medium heat. So we can leave the pan getting nice and hot, and we can go and season the chicken. Okay, so you've got your chicken cut into nice little thin strips. We just want a little pinch of salt because we're using a little bit of soy sauce in the dish, and soy sauce is very salty, so you've got to be careful with the amount of salt that you do use. So just a little pinch of salt onto the chicken and a twist of pepper. And we can take this over to the hob and see how our pan's getting on, see how everything's getting on. Just give our sauce a little stir. Hopefully that should start bubbling and boiling soon. So we just need to get the pan for the chicken really nice and hot. And then we're going to add in about a teaspoon of oil and then the chicken straight in. See how easy this is? And then when the chicken's done, the rice should pretty much be done. It'll all be done together. Fantastic. There we go, this feels nice and hot now. So I'm just going to add in about a teaspoon of oil. Just give it a little swirl around the pan. And then straight in with the chicken. And you can leave that in the pan and go and get rid of your chopping board. And all you need to do with the chicken is just move it around the pan just to check that it's not going to stick. And because hopefully you've cut the chicken to really nice thin strips, it won't take long at all to cook. Another benefit. And we can have a look at our sauce now, and that should be bubbling away nicely. Yours should look something like this. So all we need to do is just turn the bits of chicken over now so that you can see that half of it will be cooked, the other half isn't. So just go around trying to turn over the bits of uncooked chicken so it's facing the heat. Go. And it's probably a good idea to check your rice now, so get a spoon and just check your rice. Okay, my rice seems like it's perfectly done, so I'm going to turn the heat off my rice and go and drain it, and drain it through a sieve, and then just leave the sieve back on top of the pan. If your rice isn't quite ready yet, just pause the video for a minute or so until your rice is ready, then press play. But if your rice is ready, go and drain it now. Okay. Hopefully your rice is drained and it's just sitting in the sieve. Your sauce should be bubbling away really nicely. We can turn the heat down now on the sauce. Just turn that down just to a gentle simmer, and we'll give our chicken a stir through once more. Now the chicken will be almost cooked now, so we just need to add in the peppers and the spring onion. So just go and get that and add them straight in. And just give them a move around, the peppers and the spring onion, and move around the pan. And we add this at the last minute, just so that, to ensure that they're nice and crunchy. It just adds a really nice little texture. So just keep an eye on your chicken, and if there's any bits that you can see that look like they haven't been exposed to the heat, just turn them over. Okay, and whilst the chicken and the peppers are finishing off, we can pour our rice back into the pan and we can add in the chopped coriander. Coriander. And just using a spoon, we're just going to stir in the coriander to the rice. Like that. That's all ready. Your chicken and your peppers should be completely done by now. So we can turn the heat off. And now it's just a case, we need to pour the sauce into the chicken. Oh, I never thought it would be quiet again. But there you go. The sauce is in, we've got our rice done, everything should be turned off, so we can take everything over to our work surface to serve up. So there's lots of different ways that you can serve your rice. You can put it in a little mould and turn it upside down to reveal it, use a cooking ring. Sometimes, though, I like it just spooned onto the side of the plate, especially with something like sweet and sour chicken, which is a real favourite. So just a bit of rice onto the side. And then I'll swap these over. And we just need to spoon over some chicken and the sauce. Go. Make sure we get some of the nice peppers. And then a little drizzle of the sauce to the end. And that's it done. I hope you enjoy it.